Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts Shipyard Champions. Today we're going to have a fun task, or at least I hope it will be, as I'm the one who's coming up with it. First, we're just going to build a $2 billion battlecruiser. That's all that we're going to do. The next part of the task is going to follow after completion of the design. Now 2 billion is, well, it can be a little restrictive depending on what battleship hull you pick. You got the Optima 55,000 tons hybrid battleship. You get the 49,000 ton modern battlecruiser, and you have the large cruiser, which is only 37,000 tons. Keep in mind the other admirals, linked down below, do not yet know what they're going up against. I've only told them create a design and post it into our shared designs folder, which is on a separate Reddit when ready. So they don't know what they're going to be facing, what they're going to be fighting, nor exactly what this thing is supposed to do, beyond just build a $2 billion battlecruiser. Let's see, we're going to give it modern armor. It doesn't have to be extremely long range. Things like oil, like that's another 8 million. That might make a difference. Let's go 30 knots. How fast is this battlecruiser hull rated for? 36.5. Fast boy. The problem with speed is that it's expensive. And it also cuts into your engine efficiency quite a lot. It is nice to have additional speed because it means you can generally have a lower, or let's say less of a reduced cruising speed. And with that be able to still get out accuracy. So 60% of top speed to achieve cruise speed. You can do that with diesels at 75 as well, but you're paying another 200 million. I'm going to go with gear turbines. I think that should do well enough. Turbo electric drive gives you also a very stable ship, but also a very expensive ship. Now, Citadel, of course, anti-floods. I generally tend to build my ships out with protection in mind. That is the key and the cornerstone. Radar gets very expensive very quickly, because this adds 300% to the main tower cost. It also gives you a lot of reconnaissance stat, and of course, very, very good long-range accuracy. Let's go with the stereoscopic rangefinder, giving me about 400 million and change to build out the rest of the ship. Now, I think that the Germans, with their 16-inchers and 15-inchers, are just very nice-looking ships. If you want to, you can go 18-inch, but it's a bit big, and it feels somewhat out of place for this ship. So I'm going to go with the 16s. You can go for 1,066 tons for a dual barrel or 1,600 tons for a triple. Which is... Huh? Look at that, 1066. But if I click it, it goes to 1144. Maybe because it suddenly starts taking these things into consideration. Whereas it did not do that before. I'm not sure. Oh, it might be too big for this particular tower. Yeah, that won't turn. Huh. Would you look at that. The 15-incher, however, is fine. Interesting. I was hoping to feel the 16-incher, but I can actually feel the mix. That is, if they're not... What? Oh. If they're not terribly... Something looks out of place. This is fine. Give me another one of those. Give me another one of those. There. Okay. Now, with these, we can engage anything and everything. These 15-inchers, they fire every 37 seconds. The big guys fire every 50 seconds. And thanks to one of several patches a while ago, that doesn't actually cost you anything anymore in the sense of accuracy, which is really nice. Now, we're going to go with standard ratio. I also want to have some secondary guns. Let's see if I can fit some 5-inchers onto this ship. 5-inchers can generally deal with everything, especially if they're Mark 5. And sure enough, they won't really burn down a ship, but they'll still be able to get a bit of damage in, cause some grief, especially to the enemy crew, and just generally make their life a little bit more unpleasant. Give me a force boiler. I got 40 million left. I might need to reduce speed a bit. How big is my belt? That's fairly sizable. Let's make that 15 inch. Oh, 13 inch. Okay, fine. 8 inch there, 8 inch there. 2 inches in the superstructure. Give me 12 inches on the conning tower. I know we're over budget. I'm going to have to reduce speed. Give me 12.5 inches of armor on the side of an 18-inch turret. If that thing pops off, we're going to have the 4th of July come early. No, I'm not doing that. Now, these 18s, they don't fire that fast. At 20 kilometers, you're going to have about 1 to 1.5% accuracy. That's not very much. You can, however, increase their barrel length, which blossoms their accuracy and their range and their reload at 76 seconds. That's pretty slow. But these are the big hitters, so I don't really mind. I would like these things to be very accurate. When it comes to pen, let's say I'm going to go semi-ballistic. Because with semi-ballistics at 20 kilometer range, I can still get some pretty decent deck pen. At 20 kilometers, it's about 7.5 inches. And with these things at 20 kilometers, I will not really be able to get a whole lot of deck pen. But muzzle velocity for AP is 1049. And with this, it is only 728. Don't ask me how the rangefinders make it work, they just do. The important thing is that it works. Now I'm going to increase the main deck, because we are likely to start taking quite some attention from the enemy. Let's slow it down, let's say 32 now. Ooh. Oh boy, we're gonna have to drastically cut some budget. Gear turbines is not great. There is a bit more engine vibration, I believe. Minus 20%. This is minus... fine. I can live with that. Okay, I need to save 53 million. Anybody have 53 million? 53 million going once. You can cut down to radar 2. You're looking at long-range accuracy, 55 to 60. You got less interference from your own guns, which shouldn't be that much of an issue because I don't have that many guns. That's a bit. I can skip the sonar. And... I can reduce range a bit. Did that move the needle at all? Yeah, 3 million. That's not enough. Can I make the ship smaller? Because that generally does it. Yeah. Okay. Let's say 42,000 tons. And that's our top displacement. I'm not meeting anywhere near that displacement. I just don't have any money left to put on this ship. Like, maybe I can now add, I don't know, up to 8 no. Up to 7 inches of deck armor. Slightly less. There. 6.8. We have a bit of a 4 weight offset, so let's see if I can balance that out slightly. Oh, you stay there. Stay. Thank you. And this one goes here. And this one back a bit. There. 2.8% 4 weight offset. I have about 4 million and some pocket change. I'm not really sure where to put the rest of it. Maybe on the conning tower. Never ever lose your conning tower or you will feel your accuracy plummet immediately. Not fun. Okay, there. That is the ship. That is the ship. Prince Eitel Friedrich. Odd ship. But I think she can get some work done. Okay, on to part 2. Pro tip addendum. Never make your ship in the custom battle editor because it doesn't save. You need to make it in shared designs. Otherwise, you cannot actually save the design to export it to somebody else. This means that I had to recreate the whole ship, and for some reason I could not exactly get the same ship. So I figured I might as well make a change. I'm going to go back from modern armor to croup, and with that be able to add a whole bunch more stuff to it. Such as the improved engines. Might even be able to get diesels. We're going to upgrade the steam steering. We're going to get... Oh, that might be a bit much. Shaft 1. Let's go with a balanced rudder. Might be able to crank out some additional speed now. No. That's a bit much. 30 knots. 7 million left. I really would like a bit more deck armor, but it's slightly expensive. There. Okay, with that, we're going to have the Lauenburg as our contestant. Alright, time for part 2 of the task. The task is sail it like you stole it. The shared designs that we have shared on our private Discord are now getting stolen, in a sense. So you can say, I'm going to steal, for example, Bro Silly's ship. And he's going to steal Pon Ironwolf's ship. This way, we kept stealing each other's ships. Now we have to execute a mission with it. The mission, we're going to start at 20-kilometer range, and we have to take out a battleship, a battlecruiser, 2 heavies, and 4 destroyers. So we're doing that with a ship we don't know. But I can, of course, have a look. So let's see what sort of ship this guy has made. This guy being Lost Galaxy Gamer. It is the O-class battlecruiser. It has quite a decent amount of secondaries, a couple of 5-inchers. It has some 2.9s. And it has... Alright. It has 18.9-inch guns, which can punch pretty hard at any range, but only with AP, because their HE is generally not that great. The ship has pretty decent engine efficiency, pitch and roll look good, slight forward offset, but, well, with a hull this size, I'm not surprised. Speed is good, 35.5 knots. Range has me a little concerned. The thing is wide and thick, and it has a pretty decent crew, 95, not 100. As for engines, he went for turbines like myself, low torpedo protection, single hull bottom, yeah, pretty much the basics. It comes with torpedoes. Does it really? Oh yeah, it does. Underwater torpedo launchers, only a single section, or a single launcher. So 2 launchers port, 2 launchers starboard, 1 bow, 1 front. Sorry, 1 bow, 1 stern. We got 22.5 kilometer range, which are low visibility. So oxygens. High-end radar rangefinder, stereoscopic rangefinder. Armor looks good. 10 inches, 4 aft and main. Main deck could be a problem. Superstructure, very heavily protected. And when it comes to the guns, ooh, that's a little on the light end side. I hope that's going to be enough. We're getting 1% extra, 1% extra length on the 18.9s, and more on the 8.9s that are overlooking the main turrets, and then more on the 5-inchers. So, the way that the scoring is going to work, if you have your own performance, you're going to add a score to that. So in this case, I'm going to be getting 10 points for sinking a battleship, 8 points for sinking their battlecruiser, 6 points for sinking their heavy cruisers, that's 2, so that's 6 points a pop, and 2 points per DD that I sink. But because you've designed a ship and somebody else is going to use it, you're also getting half the points that the other admiral has scored with your ship. So if your ship does really well, then you can also get some points from that. Which means that in each of our videos, you'll not actually be able to see the final score. But as soon as those are known, and I am going to add those up as quickly as possible, I'll put them in a pinned comment below my video. Alright, let's launch this ship, and let's get out there and see how well the O-Class is going to do. Let's see what this baby can do. The O-Class, Lost Galaxy Gamers' pride and joy. The 18.9s... with decent accuracy and, well, let's say some decent speed. What, the 8.9s are in range? Wow. That's impressive. I think we can make some fairly sizable holes in the enemy. That's the objective. The enemy battleship, randomly generated. That's a lot of main barrels. It's only 15.3s, but those can still probably hurt. Especially deck pen is a concern. Yeah, belts, not that likely to actually cause any massive amounts of damage. You have selected the battleship as your primary target, that's good. As for the battle cruiser, this guy sports 12.5-inch guns. Not that dangerous, and they got loads and loads of secondaries. Look at that. 40 3.5-inch guns and 44 1.8s. Okay. I guess they're expecting something big. Wait. Oh, you blocked an 8.9. I was wondering if this thing was suddenly going to block an 18-inch shell, but no such thing. Blocked. It's more of the 8.9s. We got a drifting DD over here, which has a couple of torpedoes on her. And their heavy cruisers looking to be 9.3-inch gunboats. Mostly firepower on the stern, dual torpedo launchers. Not too concerned. Yeah, I think the O-class is going to do very well here. I think she's going to do very, very well indeed. Let's slow you down some more. There's the accuracy that I seek. 50 to 60%. Boom. Headshot. Main gun. Overpen. The gun's too good. Too much punch on the gun. Ah, there we go again. Overpen. The enemy's putting up a smoke screen to try and stop all this nonsense, but we're not having any of that. Our radar rangefinder does not care about your smoke screen. 70% chance to hit? Holy moly. And, of course, we miss. Those secondaries of mine, well, technically Lost Galaxy Gamer, they're really good. Blocked. It's all the 8.9s that are currently trying to do some kind of damage. But, well, generally really aren't. Let's put some HE in them. But that does mean I don't have the range anymore. Okay, fine. Range is 22 kilometers. There's no time limit, there's no tiebreaker in that sense. So we should be fine taking some time to deal with these enemies. Because with these guns, I feel like I do have a range advantage. I have a firepower advantage. And I'm not willing to give that up. The enemy has a numbers advantage, and a substantial one at that. Let's see what HE does against this thing. That was not the shell that I'm looking for. Yeah, partial only. Alright. AP then. Contacts, about 20 clicks. Let's target this cruiser with the secondary, so with the AP wielding 8.9s. We can pen about 2 inches of armor. Yeah, I doubt that'll do it. Now, if the enemy fleet could, like, not run away, that would be very nice. At the moment, they're kind of trying to distance themselves. I think it's a good ship. The O-class, I like it. It's a bit odd in its main firepower with the 18.9s. It's not something I would have picked, but that makes it all the more interesting. To see how somebody else would handle a problem like this, especially if they don't know what the problem's going to be. Holy shit, what hit you? I mean, it must have been me. But that was a ton of damage, wasn't it? Can't actually see. Maybe once we identify this ship, if it lives long enough, we can see how it's going to be handled. Close. I'm not so sure we can actually ID it before it goes down. Range 20 kilometers. Oh, you got lucky there, friend. You got really lucky. 90% ID. Missed another one. DDs are smoking up again. There goes the accuracy. Come on. That's more like it. More flooding. So we cooked off their sea turret, huh? That's what happened to you. Main gun destroyed. Flash fire. Engines were damaged. Yeah, that took out a good chunk of their ammo. In fact, it took out all of their ammo. Oh, right. Okay. Now I'm getting it. They lost their sea turret due to a flash fire, and they also lost their stern turret. It didn't fly off, but it definitely took some damage. And with that, they're now basically harmless. They just have some 7-inch guns. Like, it doesn't really matter. Still, it is a ship that needs taking care of, because it is worth a lot of points. 2%, 1%, gone. Alright, that's one. Minotaur is going to have some very sizable problems flying their way pretty quickly. Oh, we're targeting the BC, in fact. The Audacious. Not that audacious, though, are you? You have done 1.1k damage, which is basically all the damage that they've done so far. Range to the Sturdy is closing. Don't like it. Put the main guns on this. And put the secondaries on that Jeez, those things are zipping around like crazy. 40 knots? Okay. That's a speedy boy. Really speedy boy. What is their torps? 15 kilometers. Oh, that punched a hole. Change of plans. Prioritize that battle cruiser, because that thing is doing more damage than I expected. Probably because those guns are cleanly punching through the deck armor. Yeah, and even my turrets are at risk. I don't like it. My accuracy, though, is dreadful. Like 2%? This guy has a 73% chance. We're gonna have to deal with this battlecruiser. If that means closing the distance a bit, I don't mind that. Is this thing heavily armored? Not even. Where's the accuracy, though? Oh, it's 50% damage and stability. Yeah, I should have known. And this thing is not only... Well, it's a little smaller than my battlecruiser, but it's also fast. 50% debuff there. I got a flooding instability issue. I have an instability issue from damage instability. Did you just get hit by a stray 18-incher? No, you didn't. You just got nailed by a couple of 8-inch guns. Okay. Take out the sturdy. Oh, only has about 68 to 70% buoyancy left, and I'm not getting any more. That thing is launching torpedoes at me. This thing is mostly set for AP, so I'm running out of HE shells here. Possibly concerning. Come on. There's the torpedo. Probably where one is, there will be more. Crew loss looks acceptable at about 13%. I'm sure the families at home feel very different about that, but as the captain of this ship, I can accept the fact that I'm losing 13% of the crew. Like, it doesn't actually hamper the crew's efficiency. Spacious quarters, like, it won't hamper the crew's efficiency at all. See, that's going to hamper the efficiency of the ship right there. That's not very nice. Come on, sink it. Thank you. Bloody hell. Two more DDs around. The 5-inchers are also pulling their weight. But with the... Oh, beautiful. I was going to say, with these super fast ships, it's very difficult to catch these. Unless you hit one of them with one 5-inch shell. At which point, they will start to crumble. Structural integrity is holding. Good lord. Lay off the torpedoes already. Ricochet? You just ricocheted an 18-inch shell? Teach me your ways. That's something I can very much use in my campaign. Oh. Just the one? What, that came out of a cruiser? No. We're just not getting any kind of damage in against that battlecruiser. Pushing a little closer. Speed up. I want to nail these escorts. So we can also start pushing in with the 5-inchers and the 8-inchers against the battlecruiser. There's some damage. We also got the 2.9s, which are just getting involved now. The whole ship throwing everything she has at the enemy. Ricochets. Kale is taking a lot of damage. 5-inchers, 8.9s. Gone. Beautiful. Next one, Minotaur. I doubt that the 5-inchers will actually do anything there. So they're gonna have to switch between AP and HE depending on the angle that they're getting. Oh, nice. Very nice. There goes the pheasant. Jesus, this ship has so many shells. Did you take an extensive magazine? Shells. No. Standard? We got 12 barrels. That is a lot. But they still have way over 1,000 shells left. That's a lot of ammo. Take out the pheasant, please. Before it launches again. There's the damage. That's it, right there. Audacious might be trying to run away, but she's going to get a little hampered in that effort by getting some flooding. There she goes. That is the pheasant. Now, unfortunate that my 8-inchers have run out of HE. Audacious should be slowing down now. 28.8. Yeah. No more 32 knots. I can still run, yeah, pretty similar speeds. But my accuracy is just not there. Put the secondaries to work on the Minotaur. These guys are also quick. 34.5 knots. Very fast cruisers. It seems like they have some ammo issues. Are you guys running reduced shells? Yeah, you are. Okay. Armor-wise, well, it's not a bad ship. Good main belt. Foredeck is a bit weak, especially compared to the main deck. But this does explain why none of my 8-inch shells are actually making any kind of progress sinking this ship. Put all the guns on it, including the 18s. Our damage and stability is still about 36% and dropping. 25. Oh, and there's the 18.9. Cutting cleanly through the whole stern of the Minotaur. Lots and lots of damage there. Don't tell me you're trying to redo range finding. That would be pretty stupid. Is this thing still running? Still 28 knots. Damn, she's a lot faster than I'd hoped. The whole audacious aspect of it, though, feels a little underwhelming. Ow. Bloody hell. Something that the O class doesn't do that well is chase the enemy, because 50% of my firepower is on the stern, and is rendered completely ineffective by the setup of the ship. Yeah, Audacious is definitely running off. Okay, fine. Put the main guns on the Audacious. Oh, there's another 18-inch hit. That should finish off the Minotaur. But it doesn't? You just took a 4,500 point hit and you don't care? Okay. That's refreshing. I didn't know that was a thing that ships could do. More incoming. Ricochet. What's your chance to pen? Not that good. Not that good. High ricochet chance. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm banking on. I'm keeping this ship just fully bow in to try and maximize that ricochet chance. But at some point something will go through. There we go. Something also went right through their ship. Slow that thing down. 26.5. 26. Please let the flooding continue. 25.9. 25.7. You stop the flooding. 32% buoyancy left. 25.7. My ship speed? 27. So I should be able to catch up to her now. I took some serious damage from those 12-inchers. Like 3.5k. Their battleship did absolutely nothing, but that battlecruiser is scary, even though it has far smaller guns. Interesting. I thought the battleship was going to be the real deal, but nope. Shall we put the Minotaur out of her misery? She's taken 15,000 points of damage, and it's just a heavy cruiser. Why are you still here? Missed with the 18-incher. Ship has lost 30% of her crew. 3.5k damage. Don't care. The hell? HE. 2.5k damage. Don't care. What the hell, dude? Go back to your labyrinth or something. Just sink already. Minotaur. How do you do this? I'm just hosing it down. Another 1700 points of damage, and that flooding should be sufficient. 2%. Ship eliminated. Alright, back to the battle cruiser. She's still 21 clicks out. Wow. What's her... Oh, accuracy looks pretty good. Probably because her speed's no longer a factor and my damage and stability is largely fixed. Well, maybe not largely fixed. Ammo? Plenty. She still has little under 300 AP shells. Oh! But there's the hit. Almost 8,000 points of damage. Now here's what has me a little curious. I landed an 8,000 point hit, and this ship took a total of 13,000 points of damage on a 31,840 ton hull. Minotaur is 13,000 tons, but it took 26,000 points of damage to sink her. I don't quite understand how that ship was able to last as long as it did. What is that factor? Like, what changed? Because why is a battle cruiser that's 3 times the size, or near enough, taking far less damage to take down? Because her main belt's heavy, her foredeck and main deck are heavy. Very good armor quality. Spacious quarters, many bulkheads. It's not like I eliminated the ship because she lost a lot of their compartments to fire. Like, I can't quite explain it. Don't know what is happening here. This CA is going to make it very, very difficult. The 5-incher should be able to start helping out soon. Still got plenty of shells, but it's just taking a while. Come on. 0.5% chance to hit. 1.4? 5? She keeps zigzagging. Definitely good maneuvering on her part. Because she's making it very difficult to actually land any kind of reasonable hit. 5-inchers joining the fight. Come on. Give me a good hit. Nope, that's nowhere near. Oh, and now she goes full over again. 10 kilometers out. Because of all those turns. The target has a fast speed, so that's a 40% modifier. Range finding is still in progress. Come on. You have a radar. How is range finding still a problem for you? I do need to keep in mind that this thing still has torpedoes. And I am well within their range. Yep, there's the torpedo launcher. They also have side mounts, I think. Yeah, 2 on the side. And she's coming around, trying to do the same thing, probably with the other launchers. Yep, she just did. Range, 6 kilometers out. That's a single launcher. That's another single launcher. There's probably the double launcher. You're still range finding? 6 kilometers out. How are you still range finding? Thank you. Range found. Plus 400%. Eliminate. Oh, and now the main guns won't fire because they're still waiting for the stern one to catch up. Come on, dude. At this point, we're just gonna burn it down, I guess. Come on. Turn the guns. Oh, torpedoes out. Missed. No, hit. And another hit, and that eliminated her. So, O-class. Good performance. I like it. Well done to this ship. Now, that brings me to 38 points, but that, as I mentioned, is preliminary. Because I don't know how well my ship is performing in the hands of somebody else. So, be sure to check out all the other links down below in the description, because that's where you can find all the other contestants. And one of them has my ship. See if you can find it. I'll let you know down below in the pinned comment when I have the score, what the eventual scores are going to be. Thank you guys for watching, hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you soon for more.